love what we doing, ain't nowhere around. Started from the ground, always gotta hold it down. Now they think they got it, cause they sign up on a data. But there's only so much money in the year that is allotted. Plus you probably don't even know how it is divided.
What's up, people of YouTube? This is Toilet here, bringing you guys another video to my channel. And today, I'm going to be giving you guys a best class setup for the Kbar and Infinite Warfare. So, in Infinite Warfare, the guns seem to be a little bit different than they usually are. I'm having a hard time in a lot of ways figuring out what is the most dominant gun. But from my experience, and I know everybody plays different, but from my experience, I have found that the assault rifle category seems to be more dominant in Infinite Warfare, which is a good thing for me because I like to play with assault rifles more so than I do SMGs. But with that being said, there obviously has to be one or two dominant assault rifles within this category. And one of those assault rifles that I think is by far, if not the best, it is one of the best, it is the Kbar. And there's a couple different classes that I have for you guys can try out. And let me know what you think, if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, that's whatever. Just go ahead and change it up, do whatever you guys think is best, and hopefully you guys can get some useful information out of this class setup. So, for the first class that I have, I'll put an image up on screen for you guys. The first class setup that I have, with the attachments, it's foregrip, quick draw, and long barrel. The perks are dexterity and ghost. Perk 2 is Scavenger, and Perk 3 is Marksman. So the reason why this class is useful, that is actually the class you're seeing me use on screen right now. The reason why this class is useful is if you really want to run and gun, you really want to be in their faces and do that kind of thing, because it's really, really good with this gun, because this is the gun that, in my opinion, is built kind of like the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2. It's kind of an assault rifle SMG hybrid, and so you can really run around and use that mobility to get up in their faces and use that to your advantage. And when you're doing that, one thing that you will need is to be able to reload faster, because you'll get into a lot of situations where you can't really save yourself if you're having to reload constantly. So dexterity makes you reload faster and switch weapons faster, but you don't really have a secondary, so that part isn't as important. Also, Ghost perk is really useful because when you're running around the map, if you're flanking to get in behind them, or if you're rushing down a hallway and there's people in the room that don't see you yet, it's important that they can't see you on their mini-map, because if they can, then they're going to know you're coming, and you're probably, if you're even going to get a kill, if you don't get a kill, you'll die, you won't get anything out of that rush, and there's no real point to it. Scavenger, because if you go on a streak, obviously you need to pick up more ammunition. You need Marksman, because at long distances, you'll be able to see their name more clear above their head, which that doesn't come in handy all that often, but it says that it reduces the flinch of your gun slightly. So you'll slightly be able to minimize the amount of flinch that you are experiencing. And I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but sometimes I feel like having that Marksman perk on there really changes how my game plays and how it goes. And so I tend to leave it on there. For the second class for you guys, we have the attachments of long barrel, foregrip, quick draw, and suppressor. So this class is more tuned towards somebody who wants to play the outsides of the map. They want to flank a lot. They want to do that sort of thing. And that's why the suppressor is useful, and that's why for perk 1, the only perks you'll have are dexterity and ghost. You could change dexterity for something else if you really want to, but I like to be able to reload faster. It's kind of a crutch of mine, and it is a crutch perk. That's why I use it on pretty much every class. So you could change dexterity out for something like Scavenger, or Marksman would be useful for this class, because you might be shooting people from longer ranges. Also, obviously, Ghost, you need to stay off the radar, especially with the suppressor. It'd be kind of pointless to not have the suppressor or ghost on the class. If you take one of them off, it kind of defeats the purpose of having the other one. So it's always useful to have that in there, and I think it will benefit you guys a lot if you decide to use these classes. This gun is really, really good. It's definitely my favorite gun in the game at the moment. I've used quite a few SMGs. I've bounced around a little bit. The only SMGs I have not used is the Karma 45, and I have not touched the ERAT at all. Those two I haven't used, and hopefully I get a little bit more experience with them in the future, but right now they don't interest me too much. I'm not real effective with the SMGs because I find myself losing gunfights up close to classes like the Kbar and stuff like that, where it's Not necessarily right. I don't think we should be losing gunfights to people with assault rifles and stuff up close, and I think a lot of that has to do with variance and stuff like that. So I chose a class that was going to really emphasize and abuse, if you will, the guns and the overpowered stuff in the game at this moment. So if you guys would like to use that class, either one of these classes, that'd be great. Whichever one fits your guys' playstyle. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will probably I probably won't leave the gameplay up for you guys, but I'll cut it off here in a second. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something useful out of this. If you guys could hit the like button, that'd be very, very much appreciated. I'd like to get my channel to 560 subscribers. I think I'm at 553 right now, so if you could do that, if you're a new viewer, if you could hit the subscribe button, that would also mean a lot. Also, there are codes down in the description for 10% off of some merchandise that the Nova Gaming organization that I'm a part of, and if you would like to buy some of that stuff, Catalyst Mints, Fatal Grips, there's our Apparel link, I think is in the description as well. I'll double check that. Anyways, guys, deuces.